Dwane passed up a couple of shots that he should have taken at the end of game 4. How much more aggressive in his own offense and his shot do you kind of see him?
He was very aggressive. He took the shots that, he didn't force anything. He didn't take unusual shots. He took the shots that the game gave him, as it did in Washington. Now, the difference is it was Air Canada Center versus, what's the name of their place? Capital One Center. So it's hard to, yeah, well. But that's the difference, and he's got to continue to do that. He's got the green light. He's a very good three-point shooter. And again, just step into him because, again, the defense is giving him that shot. And he did a good job last night of just setting his feet. Even the ones he missed, were good shots.
He could be unselfish to a fault sometimes. Do you guys have to get on him?
Well, again, I would give him that if he was looking to move the ball, but he was pump faking air, in Washington, and there was nobody closing out to him. So he still got to take those shots. And maybe that might be his mentality to pass the ball, but we need him to, if the game gives him the three-point shot, he's got to take it, and he's a good shooter.
Dwane, you got out-rebounded last night, but you came out-rebounded them in the fourth quarter. What did you see the issue was?
Well, we got to do a better job of rebounding. 50-50 balls, they're long rebounds, they're taking long shots. They're not really the at-the-rim type rebounds. They're what we call the moon rebounds. We got to get out and be on our toes, ready, bouncy, and go get those long rebounds. And it's not just the bigs not rebounding, and we had a couple of those, but our guards have to come up and clean up the lane, clean up the long rebounds, clean up the moon with their long shots. And we had a couple of 3 or 4 situations where we had a chance to go, guards had a chance to come back in and rebound.
Was there any nervousness before the series in terms of ramping Kyle's minutes up, and how do you think he's handled that increase?
No, again, it was no nervousness because he's been a career, 38, 36, wherever in there. And again, with Fred's injury, it called for it. Probably wouldn't be that high if Fred hadn't got hurt, but it was out of necessity as much as anything else.
Yeah, how do you think he's handled it? I mean, it seems like...
I think he's handled it well. I thought at the end of game 4 in Washington, it told on us a little bit because his minutes were wrapped up pretty high. But again, he's a pro. He can handle it. He'll probably feel it in one game, but be able to adjust his body and his mentality and in another game. So no, Kyle he can play multiple minutes and not bother him. He knows how to pick his spots to rest.
What made you decide to go back to JV in the fourth, and when does that decision get made? Are you starting to think that way?
There's reasons. There's. I don't want to give my reasons away, but there was a huge reason why he was in there at the fourth. So, with that said, and then once they, they made some adjustments and we kept him in, but there's triggers that why we keep him in there. I understand all the numbers. I understand our winning with him playing 5 or more minutes in the fourth quarter. I know I have every number, So it's not like I'm over there asleep, but there's other reasons why we do and reasons why we don't. And last night it paid off for us.
Okay. How do you determine whether to trust the data?
Spontaneous, is it sort of like, I don't mean spontaneous, but I mean, at what point?
It's particularly things that hurt you that you're trying to put your finger in. And leaving him at other times have hurt us. I don't know the numbers, don't tell you that, but my gut shows it to me. And there's certain times where my gut tells me, with 20, 30 years of experience in basketball, tells me that numbers will tell a lie sometimes.
Right. So how do you determine? It could be regular season, postseason. How do you determine when to trust numbers?
My gut. I go with my gut.
So
and
you like the numbers that confirm
I
your
love,
gut?
Well, no. There's numbers that tell me my gut is wrong. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of times my gut and coach's gut over the years have served them right. But again, numbers don't lie, and they steer you in the right direction. Sometimes tell you your gut's wrong. But in a lot of instances, myself and coaching staff, we go with our gut. Again, we have all the data, numbers that you have, and NBA.com or Hoops.com, and all those numbers have. So, we're not asleep at the switch.
They've had success in that building, whatever they're calling that building in Washington, in the playoffs. What do you guys have to do to make sure that the way that you play here travels?
Well, again, Josh, one is uncharacteristic turnovers. I thought we cut those down. We had 10 last night versus 18 and 19, and I don't remember how many were dead ball turnovers, but we cut down on the live ball turnovers. Taking care of the ball most of all, and understanding that, hey, even though it's a hostile crowd, we still got to take the shots the defense is giving you, play with supreme confidence. And I thought Dwane did that last night. I thought he really came out and played with tremendous confidence. And that's, it's the same thing. We have to have the same mentality, taking care of the ball and offensively at the Capital One Center.
Yes.
How's Fred doing?
He's Fred. I'm sure his shoulder still hurts, but he was here today and worked out today, so it's day to day.